and welcome to the latest episode of the GVGCast. I'm your host, Derrick Bittner, and I'm joined this week by Ash Paulson, Steve Bowling, and Daniel Alba. Full crowd today, as we are going to reflect on the week and see what we've all been up to. And everybody's already celebrating the return of Steve. You were supposed to be here for the Direct, but hey, you were here for the PlayStation event, and people saw that, I think, maybe.
Yeah. If you didn't, shame on you.
Shame. I'm just kidding. You should be watching all of our stuff.
Exactly. Obviously. Hey, we here are celebrating the return of Steve as well. We've missed the hell out of him.
Yeah.
No, well, thank you. It's good to be back.
It's
been way too long out of the saddle. Hopefully, I still know how to be a podcast panelist.
We've obviously seen your background for a bit, but it's going to start filling out a bit. For as much as we see in your little box there, it's not much is shown off.
It's getting more full all the time. It's less of a white void. There's like a big enormous TV back there now. Eventually I'll put stuff on it.
Yeah.
So that is definitely something. But yeah, we are here to reflect on the week and see what we've all been up to. But before we get to any of that, of course, we got to thank our sponsor, The Game Orb. And The Game Orb is a YouTube channel that brings commentary and gameplay footage from the Nintendo Switch and Xbox Series X gaming system. He has recently started streaming on Twitch as well. Another PAX has come and went, and it's that time again to share some footage from PAX West 2023, starting with a clip from Reggie's speech, along with clips from the Runaway Guys panels, touring Nintendo Live, and the two main expo halls, plus clips from the two of the Omegathon tournament rounds, all within a handy playlist. A few of them are up, and the rest will come in the next several days, so you can find that playlist and their Twitch channel at the links in the description. So definitely check out both of those and continue to support the Game Orb, who has continued to support us. So thank you so much.
Please do.
For all
Thank you.
Really do.
Absolutely. The Game Orb is amazing.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. And before we get to how we're doing, well, actually, no, I'm going to tie that into other things. So we're going to just see what have we been up to? How have we been? Steve, let's start with you, since it has been a little while.
It's been a hot minute. For those of you that don't know, I've moved. Arizona is no more. I live in the Pacific Northwest now, so I'm in Washington. It's I'm not used to not being able to cook food on the sidewalk. I don't know what to do with my eggs. But yeah, I'm in a new room. I'm building this out. There's also like a huge studio next door that I have that I'm not quite ready to show you because it's full of boxes. But lots of life stuff going on. That's what I've been alluding to the last couple times I was on the show that I didn't want to talk about, because the last time I was on GVGcast, I wasn't even sure I was going to be able to get this place. My mom helped me buy it, and so I'm very lucky, blessed, if that's, if you believe in that kind of thing, to be able to own a home now and to be able to build like a content creation studio in it. So very excited for all that. And yeah, hopefully this will stop being like a blank void soon. I have to find a lot of stuff.
Yeah, all of that's very exciting, but I got to say, the thing I am most excited about with you moving, I don't have to figure out your freaking time zone anymore.
That's true. I now respect daylight saving time, apparently.
We have synced up.
That's right. Most of us are now Pacific time now. Yeah, I'm in Pacific time. I'm not in Arizona time, which is its own thing, which really sucks.
It's a smart idea on Arizona's part, but it's a lot easier if everybody followed it.
Well,
yeah, exactly.
Because you were like an hour off, like half the year, and the other half of the year you weren't. You matched us.
And the thing that drove me crazy personally was, those of you that know me know I have a 9 to 5. And so GVGcast happens at 5, except for when everybody else moved, it happened 1 hour before my workday was over. So I'd have to just kind of fudge it. So now I can actually end my workday and then do this, which is, a lot less risky.
Yes. Yes, indeed.
That is certainly great, and I'm glad you like the new place. But Daniel, what have you been up to this week? How you been?
Oh man, I've been doing a lot of most of the direct stuff that we saw. I'm playing a lot of F-Zero 99 and Pokemon DLC, just things that came out this week. I know a lot of people. I don't feel like a lot of people were playing the Pokemon DLC because it kind of just very silently dropped and no one really paid any attention to it. But been a couple hours into that. That's fun so far. Area's nice and big, so it's gonna be fun to just explore that and find Pokemon that I missed out on whatever Scarlet and Violet didn't have. And then F-Zero 99, John put up a video on that very recently today, and it's it's just so good. I'm very happy. The previous directors of F-Zero are impressed by how it runs.
Wow.
And yeah, it's like a tighter feeling F-Zero on SNES because that one's a bit slippery. So it feels like the controls have been tightened up, and I'm glad they didn't tell us pretty much anything except that it's F-Zero and 99 Racers, because there's some modes on there that they didn't say that there is to explore. Like there's team racing, there's Grand Prix, mini Grand Prix. There's a lot. And I feel like I'm gonna be playing that for a while. I want to play it on stream too. I have to find time. Too busy making this and other videos.
I need to check it out. I've had no time to even download it.
I gotta ask, and I'll if we're gonna discuss F-Zero 99 later, I'll jump in on that because I played a lot of it too. But I see a lot of people in chat asking about your chair. Did I miss some new lore? Did new lore drop while I've been gone?
Yeah.
Did you watch our reaction for Paper Mario: The Thousand-Year Door?
I have not yet watched it. I watched the direct,
Wow.
and then I need to go back
Fake
and watch our
GVG fan
reaction.
over here.
I was so mad. I was so mad I couldn't be part of it.
No, I don't blame you. I broke my armchair a little bit. It's a little loose now. It's better. It's better than it was before during the discussion, but or during the reaction. But it's rehinged back in. It's functioning well enough right now, and chair is still suffering that residual hype damage, but it's gonna be okay.
You pulled a Roger.
I love how we damage ourselves and our stuff when we pop off. Like I still remember vividly slapping the hell out of this desk when Sephiroth came to Smash.
Oh yeah.
And my hand stung for like a day after that.
My vocal cords were sore the rest of the day after Sora's reveal. My vocal cords are not happy with me.
You can't be furniture in a GVG
to pop
house.
off like that yet.
Yeah.
I've not had that one game that made me truly pop off. Not since Kingdom Hearts 3 at E3.
I'm surprised that you didn't pop off at Simon and Richter in Smash. That was like
Well, that's
your
the thing.
dream
The thing was,
character.
I was already a fan, but I wasn't like as into the series as I was after doing all the Castlevania games. That's why.
Fair.
Like
Fair
I was
enough.
excited for it, but I hadn't played a ton of Castlevania games. Just a decent, a smattering to put it.
That's a good future question. What are our most like pop off hype moment direct reactions from the past, or not even direct, just anything, honestly.
True.
Yeah.
Oh
like
man,
there
I
might
know
have been
mine. There
SLV,
was
I'm
one
not
that'll
sure.
forever live in my heart. Ash knows.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed.
What about you, Ash? What have you been up to this past week?
Well, as you all know, we've been having the content coming in a steady stream this week, and I've edited a couple of those discussions. I'm working on a video that's going up this weekend, either tomorrow or Sunday, not sure which. I got to talk to Daniel about that. But otherwise, I have been still working on Sea of Stars, keeping up with some freelance work. I'm once again freelancing for Udon, my old employers, whom I still have a great relationship with and love dearly. Working on Sea of Stars, which... oh man, the story gets off to a slow start, but when it hits, and I didn't necessarily expect Sea of Stars to make the waterworks flow, but it did. There was one particular scene that I saw a couple of nights ago that I was like, I think I'm not going to make it. I'm not okay. Definitely not. It's so good, you guys, and I can't wait to go finish it. And speaking of damaging ourselves for our content and for directs and stuff, as you all know, it was my birthday last Sunday, so I've been doing various birthday things thanks to my family, my wife, friends, everything. And then the night before the direct, my friends surprised me, and they're like, "We're gonna take you to a barcade for your birthday, yeah." And I'm like, "Well, yeah, but crap, I gotta be up at 6 on Thursday for this direct." But I'm not gonna say no to my friend surprising me, so I went for it. Went to a arcade, had a few drinks, and then, got back fairly late. But that's what you do when your friends surprise you. And I felt like crap after the direct, and I was
You're
pretty
not
much out of
20
condition
anymore.
for the rest of the day. I am not. So actually, excuse you, I just turned 20. That was my 20th birthday. But
Wait, so you were out all night breaking the law?
yeah, well, yeah, exactly, right.
All right, fair enough.
Yeah, but no, I was pretty much out of commission yesterday after the direct because I just felt obviously like crap. That's why I wasn't on the State of Play reaction. I wanted to be, but I just was feeling pretty ill, as you might expect. So I just rested, feeling much better now, and I'm glad that Steve, we get to talk about the direct today with you, and you guys get to talk about FF7 Rebirth with me and Daniel. So I'm excited about that.
Kind of works out.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, pretty much the same. I've been working on a new video, hoping to have that up next week. It's just been chipping away at it as much as I can, and hopefully have that ready soonish. It's just a lot of stuff happening all of a sudden, like between the discussions and the news and the directs and all that stuff. It's definitely tricky, but I'll get that done and hopefully have that ready for next week and get all that set. Yeah, I mean, mostly doing playing a little bit of time of the Messenger.
Nice.
I still have no idea how the hell that ties into Sea of Stars because it's so fourth wall breaky, and I'm at the Metroidvania part of it, so there's that.
Gotcha.
To be
You will
fair, I
find
beat
out.
the Messenger years ago, and I haven't played Sea of Stars yet, so I couldn't tell you, but I can't imagine how they link up. I
People
have
say
no
there's
clue.
references,
either.
so I have no idea.
I'll say this
saw-
much. It is worth watching a recap of the Messenger story or just somehow reminding yourself before you start Sea of Stars. It doesn't seem like it at first, but the further in you get, trust me, it'll have been worth it.
Wow,
Okay.
Yeah.
that's wild. Yeah, and that's pretty much it as far as that all goes. Honestly, the big thing that's been on my mind and I've been trying to get ready for, and I'll just tie it into this because we have our patron birthday shoutouts. Because Roberto Fighting Osprey 2023, their birthday is on the 18th, Monday the 18th. So happy
Yeah.
birthday to them.
Happy almost birthday.
Happy almost birthday. And, I maybe should give a shout out to somebody else. They're near and dear to my heart, at least, because my birthday is on the 17th.
Hell
so
yeah. Happy
Hell
birthday,
yeah.
man.
yeah, thanks. 38.
I don't want to hear it. I
I
don't want to
know,
hear it
I
from
know,
any of
but
you.
Right.
I'm crawling ever closer to 40, though. So
Yeah,
there,
listen, I'm-
there it is.
I
I turned
understand, man.
41 this
It's when
year.
life begins.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what people tell
I
me.
can tell
I'm
you-
trying to-
It's when the end of life begins.
Uh-huh.
Just
Don't say
take it
that.
from me.
It's when the
Don't say
countdown begins.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, God.
Countdown.
But if you guys want to celebrate with me, since we have you all here, I am hosting. I mentioned this before, but it's tomorrow, so I figured I'd do it again. I'm hosting a subathon to celebrate my birthday tomorrow on my personal channel, Twitch channel, which is BitNerd Games. Keep an eye out for that. That'll start at 10 a.m. Eastern, so that's 7 a.m. Pacific. And I'll be playing through the Cowabunga collection of TMNT, starting out with 4 games, and the more subs we get, the more games get unlocked. The key thing with this one, though, is rather than it being time-based, it's going to be, if that game gets unlocked, I'm streaming until that game is beaten. So if you want to see me play through all of it to beat all those games, there's that. I also have fun little things involving bits where you can make time go even further by having me switch off to NSO games for 10 minutes at a time just to delay further if you want to and see what it comes up. And then does anybody, I know Ash does, but does everybody remember Michelangelo's pizza choices in the old 89, 90
Oh
cartoon?
no.
Of course I do.
So I have a
options.
menu that I've got the ingredients for, and Amy's going to be helping with that, just to have some highlights of the menu that's available. And this is certainly not all of it, but we got peanut butter and clams. We've got butterscotch, anchovies, and onion. Peanut butter, salami, and yogurt. And anchovies and hot fudge.
Now,
That's just
you
that.
know,
You
you
think-
know that if you do the yogurt one, it's got to be Danimal's yogurt, man.
I'm just using what we have in the house. So we have right now we have Go-Gurt, so it's close.
All right, close.
So yeah, if you,
I mean,
Sorry,
I don't
Pongo
think
lover.
past a certain point, I don't think you're questioning your yogurt choices so much as your life choices.
exactly. So yeah, if you want to have me have some not so great pizza, there we go. You can
If
either
you want to
have
torture a
me
man on his birthday.
exactly.
Yeah.
You can either have me. I've never
gift.
eaten anchovies before. I've never eaten clams before, so this will be something else.
Whoa. Whoa.
Yeah.
Ugh, I hate it.
I like clams and clam chowder, and that's about it. Otherwise, that and anchovies, I'm good. No thanks.
Yeah. So so there's 2 options. You can either have it randomized where just something comes up, or you can choose from the menu and have me pick something like that. Finally, to get our mega mention in here, if I reach my total goal, my max goal for the subathon, it will unlock a Mega Mania. So Ash was talking about Castlevania and how Smash inspired me to play through every single Castlevania game. I will do the same thing with Mega Man. All 64 games in the Mega Man series. I will stream that eventually. I have some other things to get through, but I will stream all 64 of those games. Everything from Classic to X, Battle Network, Mega Man DOS, and everything I can get a handle on. I will play Mega Man Soccer. You name it, I will play it. Mega Man 64. So any doubles, unless it has a visual difference, like I'll be playing Mega Man Classic, of course, but also be playing the Wily Wars because that's different visually. But there's like PlayStation versions, but they look exactly the same as the NES version. So there's not, there's no difference that. For example, I'm not going to be playing Mega Man 64 and Mega Man Legends. I'm just going to be playing Mega Man Legends for that. So if we can reach that goal, oh yeah, and I will not be playing Mega Man and Bass on GBA. No, I am not torturing myself to that degree.
Don't do that.
Hell no.
Don't do that.
So yeah, that'll be tomorrow at my Twitch channel, BitNerd Games. If you guys want to join me, sorry for the long plug, but that's how I decided to spend my week thing.
Derrick, I have to ask: are you going to be starting? I mean, I guess you're playing through the whole collection, but are you going to be starting with TMNT 1 and playing without cheats?
I will see how that goes if I need cheats or not, because I've never beaten that game. The farthest I got was, I think, was the rooftop battle against Metalhead?
That's about halfway through the game.
Yeah, that's the farthest I ever got as a kid. I've not returned the original, but I will make it harder. What I will likely do is try to do a good college try without cheats, lose all my lives, restart, and then use cheats just to have a legit try in there.
So you're not playing like maybe forever, because that game is so brutally hard.
Oh, it's so difficult.
It's so unfair. Yeah.
It's something else. But yeah, the 4 games I think unlocked at the beginning are that. Oh God, I'd have to look, but I don't have it in front of me. But that one's definitely on the list of one of the first ones. I'm not going in chronological order of the games released, because then I'd be ending with TMNT Tournament Fighters on NES, and that's weird.
That is a weird way to end, yeah.
Yeah.
Not a particularly great game either. The SNES version is really the only one worth revisiting.
Yeah. So we'll see what happens for all of that. But thank you all for that. Hope you can join. And once again, happy birthday to Roberto as well for being so close to the perfect birthday.
I know, right? So close, so close.
So we've got a lot of super chats. So I'm gonna get through these pretty quickly, because again, I gotta do some prep work for that stream. So I'm gonna try to keep this relatively short for our GVGcast this week. But first up is Disney Duncan with 3 super chats. We'll just go right down the line. Even though it might not get DLC, could Tears of the Kingdom get something like a hard mode update? I mean, it happened the first time. I could see it totally happening here. It makes sense.
Mode, I could see it happening.
Yeah.
It would have for Metroid Dread and Breath of the Wild. Yeah.
Yep. Celebrating the rebirth of F-Zero, which I think we're all excited for.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And then the Dragonborn from Skyrim versus the Dark Souls guy. Well, I have to go with the Dark Souls guy, because he's killed a lot of crazy things.
Sure. I have no idea.
All those games end up with you killing God or something like that. So yeah, why not?
We also have a first-time super chat from Michael Knox. Thank you so much for that $5 super chat, saying, just popping in at work to say thank you guys for the years of entertainment and can't wait to make some friends in the community. They are a new patron, Whisperrill, which I believe I might have seen them in the live audience. So
I just saw them posting earlier. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Yep.
Thank you.
Hell yeah.
Alan Wilkinson with a £5 donation saying, looking forward to the part in Kingdom Hearts 4 where Sora searches Sakurai's soul to reawaken the undying light of Smash Brothers.
Yes. Bring it full circle. Bring it full circle.
YouTuber censoring my comments with $5. Thank you so much for that super chat. Would you guys ever consider having Stuttering Craig on your show? I know your political opinions may differ, but he did a lot for early gaming YouTube. I don't know his politics, to be honest. I've not really seen much of Stuttering Craig in a while, but I did watch the hell out of his stuff back in the day on game trailers. I don't know what he does anymore, so I honestly don't know.
Isn't he? He's in Death Battle, isn't he?
That was part of the whole thing, but no, he doesn't actually do anything.
Is he gonna do it anymore? Okay.
No.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know his politics either, as long as he isn't hateful, though. I mean, as long as he's not anti-LGBTQ plus or any of that, I don't have any issue with it.
Yeah. Jaden Buck with $5 saying, crazy question Fridays, crazy question number 98. What is the most amount of lose money that you remember finding in the exact same spot of lost money?
Oh, $100 in the sink at school as a kid. I lost my mind.
That's amazing as a kid. I think the best I ever found
was just $100 bill on the sink.
I think the best I ever found was maybe a 10. That was like a big day for me.
I found like a $20 bill in like a pocket of jeans I hadn't worn in a while, and that's pretty much the best I can think of. That's it.
Man, I was working on the mini golf course. There was a wallet with $80 in it, but I had to turn it in because I have to
You're
be
at
a
work.
good
Because
Samaritan.
you're a good person. Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah, especially if it's a wallet. If it's just loose money, then it's like not as big of a deal. But if it's with a wallet, then you're like, yeah,
That's
I got to
different.
return this.
Yeah.
There was a 20 on the course one day, and I was like, well, there's no one attached to this wallet, so I
Yeah.
don't know if that's the most I've ever found before, but that's an amount.
Mm-hmm. Not related, but I when I worked at the grocery store, some people would be nice enough to that I helped them to their carts, just help the older people get their carts to their car and help them load it up. And they'd give me a tip, and there was a policy at the store is like, hey, don't tip don't accept tips. I'm like, I'm accepting these tips. I don't care what you say. Screw you. I'm taking that money.
Yeah.
All right. Next up, son of a bitch, or son of a fitch. So excuse me, with a $5 super chat. Thank you so much. Just saying hi while I'm finally editing a video. I've been sitting on for 2 months. You guys are an inspiration to keep making videos. Yep, just keep at it.
Thank you. Yeah.
It goes both ways because y'all inspire me to keep doing videos as well. So thank you.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Without you guys,
yeah.
there'd be no reason.
Right.
And then we'll end for now where we began with Disney Duncan and 2 more super chats, $2 and $5. First one is Steve finally got over here.
Get over
I'm
here.
here.
Yeah.
Just need to put a
I've
spike
been
in your
playing the
chest,
hell
that's
out of
all.
that game.
I want to play it so bad. I want to get back into
It is so good. I
Yeah.
don't want to spoil anything, and I won't. But there is a fatality in which someone gets spun so hard all their skin comes off,
Oh my god.
and that alone is
Oh,
worth
no.
it.
Yep. Yep.
Wow.
I'm gonna watch a fatality compilation at some point soon. I have to just.
Steve
My
should
wife and I
make
both
one.
have to see it. Yeah, man.
I should. That would have to be like Discord only or something.
Yeah.
YouTube
Not
did
on
not
this
like my
channel.
preview. I was so proud that I like synced the music to all kinds of horrible things. I was really proud of that, and YouTube's like, no one's ever gonna see this.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you know what? Maybe I will do a fatality supercut and throw it on Patreon for you guys so that you can watch it there.
There you go.
Yeah.
Disney, then finally saying I had 3 Sora moments during the direct: F-Zero coming back, the return of Paper Mario, and the Sora amiibo announcement. So
Yeah,
There's
those
that.
are probably my top 3 moments of
Yep.
the direct. Yeah.
we will definitely read more of super chats as we continue on, but we got news to talk about. And first thing we got to do, of course, is reflect on this week's direct and state of play. And I think that makes sense to start with Steve and get your full thoughts on the direct, since you're the only one here that didn't see it.
Yeah, so first off, called it about the Princess Peach stuff. I was so
Yeah.
happy that they went full in. They went further than I expected. We got a release date.
Dang.
I thought I was being really optimistic with
Yeah.
gameplay loop and title, but they gave us an actual release date. And I have to say that might be the highlight of the direct for me too, just because finally seeing it, I was like, what a game. Come on.
It looks
Like,
so
she-
cool.
Yeah.
She's a badass in that game. Like she can there was Kung Fu Peach where
I
she
love
can
it.
literally like get revenge on Mario for the Olympic Games. There was
She's
a
been training.
what was it? Fencer Peach or Rapier Peach is what they call her. I think.
Sword Fighter Peach, I think.
Sword Fighter Peach.
Yeah.
And she just looks awesome. The detective costume, all of it. I just love it.
Patissier
So
Peach. It's so cute. I love
Yeah.
it. Love the
Yeah.
costume.
Patissier Peach is good. It feels like one of those rare Nintendo games that's just bursting with character. Like they're getting weirder and weirder with Mario, and I'm really happy about that. Like this game is like DS era weird, and I like that.
We haven't seen it confirmed yet, but that feels like a next level game.
Yeah,
It
I
does.
agree. The
look and
lighting and the
animation,
animation style, yeah.
And the timing
It feels.
really... Oh, good.
I was just gonna say it feels really reminiscent of Luigi's Mansion 3, like in terms of
Yeah.
the
Mhm.
art direction and stuff like that.
So
And
I didn't get this
Oh.
until somebody pointed it out later, and because Azran in the chat kind of reminded me of it because it has a new villain group, and they're grape based because they're,
Yep.
they're a
Right.
bunch of sour people, so it's
sour grapes.
sweet peach versus sour grapes. It's like, oh my god,
It's perfect.
it's amazing.
And
I love that.
I particularly love the timing of this too, because we just got that new badass characterization of Peach in the Mario Brothers movie, and this seems like it dovetails really well with that, having her own action game in which she's the hero again, right after she was such a badass in the movie.
Yeah,
Yeah, I really liked it. That was probably that and Thousand Year Door are probably my two
Yeah.
like major
Oh,
highlights.
yeah.
I said
Daniel
this to
knows
Derrick
about that.
privately, but yeah, doing Thousand Year Door for Game Club while reviewing Last of Us 2 was like soul crushing labor. Like playing those two games back to back, it was. But I still really enjoyed my time with Thousand Year Door when I played it for the first time a couple years back. And so I'm really excited to actually play this one at like a leisurely pace and actually enjoy it, because
Yeah.
I had to skip
Like
so
a
much
normal
side
person.
content just to get content out. So
I'm so happy that horrible Game Club experience didn't ruin Thousand Year Door for you, because it's such a charming, special game.
it is. I wonder if they're going to keep the kind of like dark humor that's present
It seems
in the
to.
original.
They kept the noose.
Oh, okay.
I think
They
the
did.
noose
All
being
right, I
front
didn't
and
spot
center
that.
news.
tells me that it's still
Because
there.
I mean, you see the platform, but the speech bubble was covering the actual rope itself. So I mean, the whether they remove the rope itself, who knows? I don't know if
I
we actually
really
saw the
hope they
entire
don't
news.
sanitize it. I hope they keep the
Doesn't
dialogue the
feel
same.
like it. The dialogue is
Goombella
definitely different
exactly
because
the
it was.
They should
They
should go back. They should put in the taped up area where they see the toad silhouette on the ground. They should go back and put things back in.
Yeah, the chalk drawing, as Cutie Caitlin just said. Yeah,
Yeah.
you're right. The dialogue was different. I hope they keep the. I hope they just keep the edge though. They
Yeah.
had such a fun edge.
I
to
mean,
it.
it's not a major difference
don't think-
between Lunkhead and I forget what the original thing he called Cammy Koopa at that point, but
Right.
it still works.
And also, it would be really cool if Vivian could actually be outwardly trans.
That's not
in
gonna
this
happen.
version. It's
That's-
not going to happen, but it should happen, and I wish it would. But yeah, they're not going to do that. Not
Yeah.
going to do that.
Nope.
But either way, I'm so excited they're bringing it back, just to have Nintendo acknowledge the Thousand Year Door again, and like have it be a thing that they acknowledge they made at some point and are going back to. I'm so happy.
Mhm.
Yeah,
They're doing it-
It was. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
And they're doing it the way that I envisioned that they would do it. They're not making it look like a copy of the Origami King or Color Splash. It's its own identity, which is super important for this game itself, because it carried such a unique art style way back then. It made Paper Mario have that identity. It started what the identity of Paper Mario is now, because you don't need that white outline. If you look at the colors are actually not as saturated. It's more muted, and they don't need that deep saturation in order for it to have that own art style. The lighting does so many wonders, and you saw how proud they are, because there's so many cuts and locations that they show. They love what they're doing with this game. They're just showing it off as much as they can throughout this entire trailer, because you saw like every single chapter had like a scene in just this one trailer, and I'm excited to see what else they can do with that and what they're adding, because there's little things that they added here and there. They emote more. They have more animations.
There's a
They
new
actually
Toad.
speak with their own
There's a new
unique speech
Toad,
bubble.
yeah.
There's a Toad that wasn't there before, so I'm curious what they were going to add that wasn't there before. And
So
I also noticed somebody pointed out, because I think they had extra
Yep.
gameplay. I think it was probably Ant, where rather than just the text sound of them going through, it's their voice clips.
Yeah.
Like,
Which is
Yeah.
really cool.
Going through.
like you hear Luigi like he's muttering when he's
Yeah.
doing his speech bubbles, but everyone has like their own little voice sample going through there instead of just the standard like blipping sound that was in the original.
Also,
So there's a lot more character.
Also, the noose is there visible later in the trailer. Marnandez said that, and I've been verifying that, and yes,
I
later
thought
in
I
the
saw
trailer
without
you
a
do
speech
see the
bubble blocking
noose.
it.
Yeah, you do
Nice.
see the noose. So they have.
I
actually
love
put
how
that
we're all
back
like,
in.
yeah, nice.
Yeah.
I have
There's
to
a
say,
lot of
Nerdport is
hope.
such a-
I don't know if it's going to happen, but there is a lot of hope amongst people that Luigi's adventure gets covered in this, like actually get to play it.
That would be really cool to get some actual additional content. It is interesting.
Kingdom.
I saw John Linneman from Digital Foundry mention it, and I'm seeing it in the YouTube chat too, that apparently the trailer we got is 30 FPS, whereas, Thousand Year Door was 60 FPS originally. So people, I see Neozon, I hope I said that right, attributing it to the fact that it looks like it's running in the Origami King engine. And I will say this, like having played both, I didn't really get too bothered by Origami King being 30 FPS, and I'm not sure how bothered I'd be by Thousand Year Door being 30, because it's not like it's a action game, So to me personally, I'm not too worried about a turn-based RPG having a 30 FPS cap, but 60 would be nice, but
Right.
it's not the type of game where you need like twitchy control. It's not going to make a
Right.
huge difference in my opinion.
Yeah, I don't.
Some people are mentioning the action commands, but I think you'll still be fine.
And
just
Origami
have to
King was 30
adjust.
FPS, and it was stunningly beautiful. I thought that game was gorgeous, and that was 30 FPS. So, This isn't, again, see, yeah, like you said, Steve, this isn't
Well,
the
yeah.
kind of game that
Well,
needs
it's-
60 FPS.
It'd be nice.
Yeah,
if it
like
was
if-
60 It'd be
Oh,
nice
go
if it
ahead.
was 60 FPS, but at the same time,
nice.
like I think the art style itself, the fact that it's paper and crafts, kind of lends itself to be okay with that. Because if you look at Origami King, Mario kind of moves and runs at a stop frame motion, which kind of fools you into thinking that it's running a bit faster or in a different frame rate than it already was. So Mario does move a lot smoother in this because he has a different art style itself. But I think it's not going to be too noticeable, honestly.
Mhm. I did enjoy seeing a lot of reactions. Like Chugga is just like, screw you to the modern Paper Mario, basically, and Sticker Star especially. Ant Dude is basically in tears. Arlo is just losing his mind.
Oh, I bet.
Yeah, I think
I know.
Arlo just tweeted a picture with laser eyes
Yeah.
after the
Yeah.
announcement.
We were
it's
all
really funny to
collectively
see it.
losing our minds together, and it was a beautiful moment to share.
Nobody saw it coming because it was not one of the leaked things. You think this would be the big leak thing, but no. Instead, it was Mario versus Donkey Kong.
I'm so glad that wasn't leaked. I'm so glad Paper Mario wasn't leaked.
Yeah.
The surprise
although-
was so much fun to have.
I do have to say, like, I went back and reviewed Pioro's tweets in hindsight to see, and they even got like the Showtime name correct. Like they put it in Japanese. They said like, this is Princess Peach's Showtime as one of their tweets at one point. And I was like, Nintendo's going to hunt this person down. Like there's no chance Nintendo isn't already finding them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
no,
boy.
1,000 Year Olds is looking great. That's going to be next year. But you know what's also next year that kind of surprises me is Splatoon 3 Side Order. Now, when you go back and look at the trailer, it does look like it's in a pretty rough state, so it makes sense. But I kind of thought we'd be seeing that later this year. I mean, I'm obviously
I think it's going to be a bit
cook it
bigger
till
than we
it's ready.
think.
I think so too, and I am looking forward to it.
I think internally, Nintendo development has been in disarray since COVID. I say as my voice starts to like break for some weird reason, like I'm being force choked. But I truly believe, you know, especially now that we're hearing lots about the Switch 2. I think that there was a Switch Pro, that wires got crossed, games got developed for different hardware, and just Nintendo has been scrambling to like right the ship internally. And that's why we probably got all of this like huge raft of Mario stuff, you know, like what, 6 months after the movie or several months after the movie. I think it's just kind of priorities have been kind of weirdly internally misaligned within the company for a while, and they're starting to fix it. But that's why we're seeing stuff that we would have expected a year ago coming out now.
Right.
Yeah.
We also got a cool new trailer from Mario RPG. Got to hear a little bit more of that remixed music.
Yeah.
Can't wait. Can't wait.
But yeah, we talked about the direct. We had our own discussion and all that stuff. But
Yeah.
we don't need to repeat all the points. Although buy another code. I'm going to be doing it. You should do it too.
Definitely.
Yes.
But of course, we also had the PlayStation State of Play, and I'm going to lead with Daniel this time because, boy, we were thinking about you toward the end of that State of Play, Daniel. It was sad you couldn't be
Oh,
there.
because Final Fantasy, man,
Well,
I wanted
yeah.
to react to Final Fantasy real
I
bad.
know.
I saw that, and there was so much more revealed than I thought we were going to see.
Right.
Like, it's weird. It's so jarring in a good way because like you spend the entire time with Remake in this industrial area, but now they're actually in a setting that feels like Final Fantasy or traditional Final Fantasy. They're out in the open. They're in the greens. You see all these other characters together. You see Cloud teaming up with Sephiroth. They're finally holding hands, or at least touching swords, and it was beautiful to see all that together.
Wow.
Everyone just fighting together. And even like characters I didn't think we would
Sith
see.
looks fun to play.
He does. They
Yeah.
actually. Oh man. Yeah.
He sounds great. And even did that little tease of Vincent as well. That's amazing. They had I'm glad that he's gonna be there like as a not a skippable portion like how Yuffie was as well. But
No Sid yet though. Still haven't seen Sid.
Oh, we'll see him
That'll be a
soon.
later
We'll see
trailer.
him.
We'll get a
That'll be
full
we'll
reveal
see-
of
we'll see him
just
in the next one.
Vincent and yeah.
And then just the story stuff. I'm just like, what is happening with this story? You see like Zack carrying Cloud, and you see that one girl you see in the mostly in
Kyrie.
Midgar as well. Yeah, it's
Right.
like what I want to know what's happening in this thing.
Dude.
What did you think about it overall, Ash?
I was just so I couldn't be there for the reaction, but I was just popping off because there is nothing next year that even comes close to the same universe of hype as I have for Rebirth, and every new trailer just gets me more and more pumped up. And I mean, you said so much of it, Daniel. I think the main thing I wanted to highlight is just that especially after Remake, which I loved, but of course was based on the Midgar portion. I was wondering how much they were going to be able to pack in to the second game, and the scope, or the what seems to be the scope of Rebirth, is so much bigger than what I was.
Have you
expecting.
heard what their estimated amount of playtime is?
Yeah, like 100 hours, which is
because it's going to be. You can just explore this world this time.
All the mini games.
That one clip with Cloud on the flying chocobo with the whole expansive world map, I'm just like, I can't. I need this. Like the gold saucer mini games with the polygonal Cloud, the beat 'em up game. They're just they're just capturing so much of what makes FF7 special, just like they did in remake with Wall Market, and just the intrigue with what's happening in the story and how it's diverging and how they've said it's going to end at the Forgotten Capital. And they know they've been paying lip service to that scene, what they know we're looking forward to. What are they going to do? This ending is going to be insane. The way this ends, I know they're just going to go crazy with it.
It's I feel like we're in for a swerve. Like there's definitely going to be a swerve akin to the end of remake. Oh yeah. What that entails, that's the big question there.
Seeing how crazy the first game ended and what kind of turns that took itself, it's just so open-ended, and we don't know what to expect, and that's like scary and exciting at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
I'm so excited.
The stables are there. A lot of the stuff that you know from the original are there. That monster that keeps you from traveling across the swamp is there.
The Midgar Golem,
the thing you have to rescue the dolphin from is there.
Yep.
Yeah. That's good stuff.
And the summons look insane.
Oh,
summons! Oh my god!
And speaking of which, they have announced that you will not be able to carry over character progress from remake to rebirth. You'll be starting fresh. But you will get rewards for having save data from remake and integrate on your PS5. So if you have
that's cool.
If you have save data for those two games, so if you get, let's see, remake save data, you get Leviathan summon materia, and if you get intermission save data, you get Ramu summon materia.
Right.
Oh yeah.
And I have those things, so
I do.
I'm happy.
I got those.
And it comes out on leap day, because of course it does, because that's such a Square thing to do.
It's a significance somewhere,
and that's not that far off either. Given how time is now,
soon.
It's actually going to be here like before we know it, and I'm just going to have to go dark once that game comes out, because I can't wait. I'm so excited.
I still need to finish Intergrade. I should probably play. I need to give Amy a rundown in Crisis Core.
Oh, that's true. And speaking of reactions, by the way, I haven't watched any direct announced reactions yet, but as I'm sure you already know, Derrick, Max Dude's reaction to Rebirth is magical. So definitely,
I love his random ass screams.
He's so good. I love Max Dude in general is great, but his reaction to Rebirth, definitely don't miss it. It's awesome.
Now, Daniel, I do want to ask about because you have not tried it yet, I believe, but you got a release date for Honkai Star Rail on PS5.
I started it on the PC. I played it a bit on the PC, but now it's going to get an official release on consoles. So that's exciting for those that want to. For those who don't really want to do that, who don't want to download it on their PC and play that way. Console release just like with Genshin. Yeah. So that'll be fun for those who want to.
Yeah, I was shocked that the first thing you brought up wasn't what I dubbed the Daniel section of the presentation, because they did Tales
he threw
and then Honkai right after, and I was like, how is Daniel not here?
Oh yeah, that's a weird. Tales of Arise has been out for like 2.5 years, and they're gonna do DLC. Like the directors, they said there's not going to be any DLC. We're going to this is a complete story. This is fine as it is. And when I heard about the leaks for Beyond the Dawn, whatever it's called, I thought it was going to be like an animated something, because they do so many Tales games have like an animated actual series, a movie, a prequel, something that like links stories together. And so I'm like, this is probably going to be what that is for Arise, because nothing's been put out for Arise on all this time. But now they're just like backtrailing and doing a DLC instead. So I'm just like, okay, there's not enough content to do a Tales of Arise 2, I don't think, because that's probably what they wanted to do in the first place. So they're just adding it on as DLC years after the games come out. So
that's not terrible thing. I guess it makes it cheaper. You get more of the characters you enjoy. I don't know how Arise ends or anything like that. Although them using Dawn makes me go a little ooh because of Dawn of the New World, Symphonia sequel.
Yeah, that's a Dawn I don't really want to associate with. But anyways, yeah, it's just weird because like Tales of Arise is a good game. It may be somewhere in the middle on my list of Tales games, but like at the same time, you could have been just working on something else in house
Maybe
entirely for this game.
I don't know.
But yeah, I mean that's exciting for those that are excited for Tales of Arise again. I have to like readjust myself and learn the characters and story and world again because I think this is going to be something that isn't going to be, you're not required to finish the whole game to play this DLC or it's like somewhere in the middle, I think, as far as what I've read.
I thought it takes place a year after the ending. I thought that's what
That'd
they
be
said
weird
during the
because
state of
Is
play.
it a year?
I'm not sure.
I don't think so.
I
don't
could
think
love
that's
that.
the
I need to
case.
finish Tales of Arise.
Because
Yeah.
like
That's where
that
I'm at.
game,
I need to start.
that game, because that game has like a wrapped up ending. I don't know how it would continue from there.
Oh, does
unless
it?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I have no idea. I will say though that getting away from Tales, you've played Resident Evil 4 for the first time ever, and we're getting the Separate Ways DLC. Only $10. I recommend it for you. Honestly,
Yeah,
it's good
yeah,
stuff.
that was exciting to see too. I think the most exciting thing, the least exciting thing of this this presentation was probably Tales, because
Wow.
That's really
Spider-
funny to me. That's just like, nah.
No,
Yeah,
dude,
me too. I wasn't expecting
because
that.
Resident Evil 4, I played that for the first time this year, and it was really exciting to see like this content that I'd never seen before. And apparently, they're adding a lot more with Separate Ways than they would
It seems
originally.
like
A lot more fleshed out. Because I mean, yeah, that was a really fun thing to play for first time, and just comparing it to what everyone else's experience was, having already played the original, and maybe I will play the original at some point as well, because I hear it's worth having both experiences.
Stream it.
So
Why not?
oh boy, yeah, maybe I
Yeah.
could. We'll see my differences, but yeah, that, and then I was also really excited to see Spider-Man as well.
Of course.
Oh,
I
it looks
played-
so good.
Spider-Man 2.
Jeez.
I platinum both games, that and Miles Morales, and I'm really ready to explore this one now. I love how they're adding a
Damn.
new area, completely new area, because in the first two games you explore the same region of New York, and now they're adding this separate location to explore now too, and which is really good because traversal is really fast, and you can actually get between these places a lot faster. I love the movement options you have, like with the glider.
For sure.
Yeah. Really quick, I just have to point out, I have to admit that when, of course, we know that the state of play opened up with Baby Steps, which just is made by partially Bennett Foddy, looks hilarious.
yeah.
But when I was watching that trailer, I was thinking the whole time, this is such a Steve-ass game, man. I want to watch Steve play
Yes.
this game.
Oh yeah.
It's such a Steve-ass game. I can't wait to try it out, but it
I
reminded me of
love
you so
the
much.
color commentary given by the main character when you're
Oh,
walking
yeah.
around. He's
It's
like,
very
this
impressive
sucks.
how much
Yeah.
he's talking about it.
It's so
Oh,
funny.
Yeah, I
Sorry.
definitely am going to play that.
Sorry, I think I just controlled this entire state of play from the end going to the beginning.
No,
so
that's cool.
We just went completely backwards.
No, that works.
completely backwards.
Oh, no.
It's,
I got
it's
to
really
talk
working
about
in terms of
Rebirth.
it,
Yeah.
mostly in terms of importance, but whatever. Anyway, we'll go ahead and move on from there because there's still two other smaller topics that's probably worth talking about. So no more new Mario Kart Tour content after October. Mario Kart Tour content is done, which is very interesting considering we're finishing up the DLC. By the way, Steve, surprised by the fact we're getting 4 characters instead of 2?
I was, yeah. I thought for sure we were getting just 2. I'm pretty pleased with the characters they chose. I think Diddy Kong was a smart choice. Oh god, now I'm struggling to remember who all it was. It was Diddy and Dixie,
Funky
wasn't
Kong.
it?
No,
Or Funky.
No, it
Diddy-
should have been
Diddy,
Steve.
Funky,
Pauline.
Pauline, and Peachette.
Pauline, that's the one
Yeah.
I was really
Yeah.
hoping for. Pauline, she deserved it so much.
Yeah,
She did.
I would have been.
You were right, though.
I-
It should have been Dixie, Steve. Should have been.
my prediction list when I made that video once Birdo was announced was actually pretty close. I mean, given I got 2 extra free slots to guess characters in because they just threw that in, but I still guess a pretty close roster. We got PD, Funky, Diddy, and Pauline.
Oh, I love. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Oh no, it's fine. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say I love the way they like had to be like, oh, Diddy Kong from the Donkey Kong Country game or whatever it is they say. Which, why does Nintendo do that, by the way?
Right.
Like, that's a whole other topic for another day. But
And
then like they list the absurdly long word salad, and then they just go, and Peachette.
Yeah.
We're not going to tell you where the hell she's from.
You know
Just
where
Peachette.
Peachette's at. You should
So
know.
weird.
Yeah, you perverts. We know you. We're sick of this shit.
They totally went Diddy Kong, Funky Kong, and Pauline, and also Peachette. That's pretty much how. Pretty much the cadence of those announcements.
We got robbed by not having Rob as our final character.
I really want them to move on from Mario Kart after this to like Nintendo Kart. Just start throwing in all your characters.
There you go.
That's the thing. Because like now, whatever stages they add, usually they add a new. I did a new news update on this already, but whatever courses that they add, they usually have something new, and then they'll add that into Tour a update or two later. But now that's not going to happen because Tour is ending. So what if for this DLC we get? Well, it's not going to happen because there's already leaks. But it'd be cool if we had like an introduction to what they want to do with the next Mario Kart game. So have more courses that are based on like other Nintendo IP properties. Maybe not a whole bunch. Maybe like just one cup can be dedicated to that. But it'd be cool if they kind of start to lean into that a bit more with this. But we already have leaks, so that's probably not gonna happen. But I would ideally like something like that.
I don't know. I forget what the leaks are, honestly. So, oh well.
they just like
was Daisy Cruiser on it?
They
Or
pretty much
not Daisy Cruiser, Daisy Circuit.
They have like the game of origin that's tied to it. So they're like, this is from the Wii, this is from the DS, and so on. So that's probably the only hint we got to those.
I don't think there are any DS tracks left though, which based on that leak, which is why I've lost all hope for Airship Fortress.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh well. It does seem like Mario Kart 9 can have as a throwback course.
I hope so.
It does seem like all hands on deck for Mario Kart 9 though. After not with Tour shutting down.
Yeah, it seems like they're gonna just
stopping
get all hands on deck for that one because we're ready for something new to happen. And I remember there's a comment somewhere. I hope that we only saw Pauline in a cart, so I hope that when she's on a bike, she has her mayor outfit because she needs something that's not a
that'd be
dress.
perfect.
Yeah, that would be cool.
That'd be awesome. The final little bit, I'm going to let Ash geek out a bit here because we got our story teaser for Sonic Frontiers: The Final Horizon.
I don't think it's just me, right? We're all big Sonic fans here, but
I have not finished Frontiers, so it's hard for me to get super hyped about it.
If you've seen the trailer, it has that same kind of darker Frontiers energy. Really looking forward to it. From what I understand, one of the things that this DLC is doing is a full redesign and reimagining of the final boss, which if you played it, it needs it. Steve, right? You finished it. Yeah,
I hate that final boss. It's such a wet part of an ending.
I mean, that's kind of Sonic Generations as well, so they don't always hit on their final bosses.
Like, they nailed the vibe of it and nailed the music and the voiceover and everything, but the gameplay of it is just, if you know. But apparently they're completely reimagining the final boss, and if they do it right, it could be one of the most epic set pieces in Sonic history. So, not only that, though, we get to play as Tails and Knuckles and Amy again in a 3D game, and I can't wait. So, yeah, end of this month. I'm so excited.
I'm surprised. The only thing, like, we are very differing opinions on Sonic Frontiers. I did not love that game. I would say it borders on me not liking it. But I am really excited to see what this new supersonic form is. I want to know what they're doing with that. That I want to know about. Like, that to me is really interesting. The rest of it, I don't know. I still don't love Sonic Frontiers.
Thing, like Ultra Instinct Sonic. Like,
I do always forget that it's free, so that's cool. Once that's out, maybe then I'll play Frontiers.
It's just so weird that. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Daniel.
We haven't had a ascended Sonic form since Hypersonic, and it's been so long. So I'm just looking forward to seeing what that could be. And it really is like this is the year of Sonic, Tails, Knuckles, and Amy because we have them all playable in Origins. They're all going to be playable in Superstars, and now in this DLC. So it's nice to see the quartet just get all that spotlight together.
For sure.
It is. And for some reason, Sonic Team have been so intent on not ever reusing Hypersonic, which I don't know why, because Hypersonic's badass. But whatever this new form is with its blue eyes, like you said, Steve, I need to know.
New Hypersonic, or I'm still claiming Ultrasonic.
Ultrasonic, yeah.
See,
And
I kind of feel like it's new hypersonic. That's just a guess though. Like,
Maybe.
because they
Like-
redesigned, they redesigned Supersonic for, once Sonic Adventure came out. So it's
True.
not past them to take an iconic form and just give it a new coat of paint.
Yeah.
right. Yeah.
Cool. Well, almost time to talk about our patron topics, but before that, we have a second sponsor. Their last ad spot for their sponsor sponsor tier, and we appreciate them so much for sponsoring us throughout this month, and it is very much appreciated. But let's go ahead and bring up their trailer. So, and this is actually a special message from Rye Royal saying an incomplete Mario Maker troll level history found on their channel, youtube.com/@RyeRoyal, that's RYEROYAL, Royal, has over 46,000 views. It's more than they ever expected, and the response has been amazing. He wanted to thank everyone for watching, and some of his first comments were from members of the GVG community, and it means a lot that you guys helped get the ball rolling. I hope everyone sticks around for whatever he releases down the line, and in the meantime, they've uploaded a post-mortem of the troll documentary publicly for free on their Patreon, which is patreon.com/RyeRoyal. So they talk about some of the behind the scenes details of their favorite sections, respond to some comments, and talk about the Wii U for a weird amount of time. Thanks again to everyone, and see you in their next project. So yeah, if you haven't already, be sure to check out their troll level history in Super Mario Maker.
Yes.
Definitely
And thank
worth
you
It is
so much, Rye.
9 hours.
Yep.
So
It is a beefy boy.
That is a
yeah,
lot.
put that on, go do some stuff, show them some love.
Yeah.
And
means
thank
a
you
lot.
so
Thank
much,
you.
Rye. And thank you
That's
so much
awesome
to
to
our
hear that
community for showing
46,000
Rye the
views. That's
love.
great.
Yeah. That's the whole point of the sponsorship
Yeah.
tier. So thank you, everyone in our community, for showing Rye all that love, seriously. And thank you, Rye, for sponsoring, for joining us at the sponsorship tier. We super appreciate it.
Absolutely. So, before we jump into our patron topics, of course, we have more super chats. So much so that Ash, do you have it on the back end? Because I do not see it anymore.
Let me see. Yes, I do.
Most recent one I have is latest one I have, I should say, is A Drink to the Past.
That's weird. Okay, yeah. Then I have a drink. So we haven't done A Drink to the Past yet. So
No, the last one I left off on was a double Disney Dunkin'.
okay. So we got Mr. Dwayne 191 with $4.99. Thank you very much. Hey, GVG, just wanted to ask if you guys tried the Ghost Runner 2 demo. It's so good. By the way, my Game of the Year 2024 game is The Plucky Squire. Can't wait. Haven't tried Ghost Runner 2, but The Plucky Squire looks sick. And
It's going to be hard to beat Rebirth, though, I'll be honest.
It is. It is. It really is.
All right.
And then do you want to do A Drink to the Past? Okay.
Yeah, I got Drink to the Past from that point. Thank you.
Okay.
With $2 saying, Game of the Year contender so far, I vote Sea of Starfield. I don't know yet. I pretty much the typical ones, but I'll
it's
just
hard
leave
to
it at that
say.
for now. It's really, you're going to have to really think about it this year.
I mean,
Tears of the Kingdom's
contenders.
up there, obviously.
Yeah, I was gonna say Tears of the Kingdom in a different world. Pikmin 4 would be on that list, but as much as I love it, it's not Tears of the Kingdom. And so, I would say that Spider-Man's going to be one. I'm very confident in that fact. Starfield didn't do it for me. Surprisingly, I played enough of it, and I don't know that it's gonna click for me the same way most Bethesda games don't. I just don't think it's my thing. It's got a compelling story, but I don't find the urge to pick it back up and continue playing it there. It's just when I sit down and I have some free time, Starfield's not on the list of things I want to do.
Theater Rhythm's up there for me, for sure. It's really good.
Yeah. Yep.
We'll see.
We'll
But
see.
there's still so much yet to come out.
Yeah, exactly. And there's so much
yeah.
we haven't tried yet, and stuff I have to finish, so we'll get there. Shadow Mwape with $5 saying, just going to say, since the tech eye is red, Transvivian needs to be in the game, right? I'm not demanding anything, but Transvivian is something I want. It'd be very cool.
Something we all want.
I'd be love to see it, but just rolling right into Lizard's $2 super chat. Thank you so much. Saying, what will Vivian's gender be in the 1,000-Year Door remake? I honestly expect to just keep the same script for the original release, where it's just they make fun of her for different reasons rather than which honestly is probably good to keep it that way, because the thing is, the way we
Especially in the
know
environment now.
they're trans is because they get made fun of for being trans. That's not a great look. Granted, it's from a villain.
True. Yeah.
So
They could do
that's a
some script
tricky one.
writing, but we don't know. There's only so much that we can expect Nintendo to do about that,
right.
honestly.
Yeah. Jacob Tucker with $5 saying Peach's heroism in recent years, especially in Showtime, is a far cry from the once being called a dumbass in distress by Nostalgia Critic, because we value their opinion.
Yeah.
But yes, absolutely, Jacob Tucker. Thank you so much for that super chat. Nathan McKenzie with a $5 super chat. Thank you so much for their first super chat saying, Ash, it was so good to finally meet you at PAX West and Nintendo Live. It was so much fun, and I hope you and Daniel made plenty of lasting memories.
Well, thank you, Nathan. It was a pleasure meeting you as well. And that fan meetup or community meetup could not have turned out better. And it was such a pleasure having you there. So thank you. And I'll see you at the next one. We'll be at PAX East and PAX West next year. I will be at least. So we'll see you at the next one.
Very cool. Mark Ferrer with $5 Canadian saying, few Switch games use 32 gigabyte cartridges. If games like Final Fantasy VII Remake and Rebirth are coming to the Switch successor, are they going to step up to 64 gigabyte cartridges? They'd probably have to.
I would imagine they have to.
Probably cheaper at this point, too, to have that cost.
I mean, 64 gigabyte Switch cartridges, I have been told exist. And just they're too expensive. Developers don't want to use them because of how expensive they are, which is how you end up with so many codes in boxes these days.
Right.
So yeah, they're going to be there for sure.
Yeah. Disney Duncan back with $5 saying, if they reuse Martinet's lines, Thousand Year Door remake will officially be his official last role as Mario. That is true. That is very true.
Oh wow.
I'm going to actually go out on a limb and say that they've re-recorded for that.
Probably.
I don't think they would
hearing
publicly
reused
announce
lines
he was
for
done.
other characters. So that's why I think they're thinking about it. But the Luigi thinks that is different.
Yeah.
Arcade Perfect Reviews, thank you very much for the $5, saying, is anyone else excited for Unicorn Overlord? Despite this terrible name, I think it's going to be a sleeper hit. Vanillaware hasn't let me down yet. I think you're right. You're right.
It could
be
be
a Vanillaware game.
It is.
And you know what? You say terrible, I say awesome. That name rocks. I think it's ridiculous and great. I love it.
Yeah. I think it's. I'm pretty excited for that one. I telling you times like this looks like Vanillaware, but it didn't know what their next game was, so I had no idea.
Right.
The name has some big triangle strategy energy going around.
Does.
It does, but I feel like that's a little bit better than triangle strategy and Octopath and all that. Blaker36 with $2. Thank you so much. Saying, who wants to touch swords together?
I know
only
two
if they're
people
four
that
swords.
Who doesn't? Is a better question.
Kid in the Fighter with $2. Thank you so much. Saying, remember the state of superhero movies in 2023? I can't talk about movies because I have not gone to the movies in a very long time.
I mean, we got Guardians 3 this year. I'm perfectly fine with the happy state of superhero movies.
Yep. H Toast Art with 50 pesos. Thank you so much.
Hey.
Saying, hi guys, I don't have any particular message to send. This is just one of the few times I'm able to join in live and wanted to send some good vibes. Well, thank you so much, and thank you for that first time super chat.
You too
H
as
Toast.
well.
Thank you so much, Ricky. Thank you so
you.
much for that.
Oh, that's Ricky.
Go check out their art.
Yeah.
They did one of our Patreon stickers a long time ago, the Bath Boys.
Oh, there you go. That's a great
one of my favorite ones.
Some of our emotes still.
Yeah.
Perfect. Then Zrizek with $5. Thank you so much. Saying, hey GVG, can you guys let me know when will be the memorial service for Daniel's chair? LOL. We're gonna give a Viking funeral for it after in the post show.
Yeah.
Just set it on
Don't
fire
worry.
right here.
It's wearing its war war scar right now. It's okay right now. It's not out of commission just yet. But if there's another announcement of a game I really want, I can't have any promises.
He just picks it up and throws it at the wall.
There you go. And then finally, Disney Duncan with another $5 saying, I'd be surprised if Tears of the Kingdom doesn't win Game of the Year. I honestly think it's between that and Baldur's Gate 3.
Yeah, I mean, that's true.
Yeah.
Tears of the Kingdom's going to take it plenty of places, though. So, yeah.
Yeah. We'll see how it goes.
I need to try Baldur's Gate 3. I feel like I can't sleep on that one any longer.
Mm-hmm. No. All right. Well, let's go ahead and get to our patron topics. And as always, we just got to thank our patrons for just always supporting us, being there. And so, of course, we answer some of their specific topics each and every week. from our selection. And if you want to support us, I think it's live audience tier that gets this as well. So everybody in the live audience, no, it's higher?
Producer tier.
Producer tier. I apologize. Yeah. So producer tier and above are able to send in these topics. So Ash, let's go ahead and begin with you. Dog is wanting to get out of the room, so I got to go take care of him real quick. But you take care of your patron topic in the meantime.
Cool, will do. So my patron topic this week comes from Evie Plays, who asks a simple question that is perfect for me. What is Sea of Stars? Why is it super popular right now? And should I play it as a fan of JRPGs? And I just wanted to talk about this because I want to spread the Sea of Stars gospel as far and wide as I can. Sea of Stars is a retro-inspired JRPG, like from the 16-bit, 32-bit golden glory days of JRPGs. So think inspired by games like Chrono Trigger, Lufia 2, Super Mario RPG. Bundle all that stuff together with incredible modern pixel art, a great soundtrack with 10 guest tracks by Yasunori Mitsuda, who composed Chrono Trigger, and a story that's a little bit slow to start, but really picks up and gets really good. Great turn-based battles. It's just basically, if you love the golden age of JRPGs, it is a game that is a love letter to that. It's kind of like how Shovel Knight's a love letter to like Mega Man and Castlevania 2, Zelda 2 and DuckTales. This is a love letter to games like Chrono Trigger, Mario RPG, etc. If you like JRPGs, yes, you should play it, especially if you like old school SNES, PS1 era JRPGs. So that is the elevator pitch for Sea of Stars. It's super popular because it's super good, and it got a lot of buzz prior to release. Its Kickstarter got a lot of buzz, kind of like Shovel Knight. So it's just one of those really high-profile indies like Shovel Knight, Celeste, etc. Play it. And that's
I don't think any of us really have to add anything else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
I
Daniel,
think Ash got it.
Because I haven't played it.
And you started it, right, Daniel?
Well, yeah, but you didn't leave anything for me to say.
Oh, sorry. It was my topic.
Sea of Stars is a beautiful looking game. The lighting and the some of the effects that they use with it are entirely unique to that kind of game. The sprite work is really something bigger and more grandiose than I expected them to do. There's some massive sprites in this game, and they work so well with the very powerful lighting. Like there's a way for you to like change from day to night, like in real time in certain spots, and just the way that the shadows will go exactly where they are intended to in a sprite-based game. There's a lot of impressive work done with the graphics here, and yeah, it's very, not in a bad way, but it's very simplistic. Like it keeps things very focused around your core party as well as mechanics in battle. They don't give you like a massive amount of like options and summons and all this sort of thing. It keeps very grounded. So if you're a fan of that kind of turn-based gameplay, it's not very long either, as far as what I've heard. It's not super long, so it's a pretty digestible experience, I think, compared to other RPGs.
I'm about 30 hours in, and it feels like I'm pretty close to the end. Now, there is like a post-game where you get to the true ending, but I don't think that adds more than like 10 more hours. So it's very much Chrono Trigger inspired in that way too, and that it is not super long, which is really cool as well. And also, it's a sequel to The Messenger, a prequel to The Messenger. So if you play The Messenger, there you'll get some cool connections there, and you should play The Messenger anyway because it's a really cool game.
It is good.
Yeah.
Just some overall great characters too. Like it's been a while since I've met them, but the pirate crew, they're so fun.
Oh, I love the pirate crew. Yep. And Garl, he is too sweet and pure for this world. He must be protected at all costs.
He's a good boy.
Yeah, he is.
He just wants to keep you fed.
Yeah. Yep. Thank you for that, Evie Plays, by the way. Thank you so much.
Yep. Let's go ahead and do let's go Steve next.
All right. Mine is from Disney Duncan, who writes, what characters will be, or I'm sorry, let me scroll that back. Oh yeah. What characters will be in the next Smash? I'm sorry. Let me reparse this a little bit. I apologize, Duncan. There we go. Considering what characters will be in the next Smash, how will amiibo work for the characters that possibly won't be in the game? And I'm just going to be the bearer of bad news. They won't work. They won't.
Yeah.
And
I doubt they'd add anything extra. It's not like you can scan in other Zelda amiibo and have other effects happening.
Right. It's basically one of those things where, one, I think everybody agrees that Smash is like ripe for reinvention at this point. It doesn't seem like they're going to go back to the well for the next Smash. There will almost certainly be characters that won't make it in, either because they're third party and getting the licensing for one game was hard enough. reasons. But the other big thing is that Nintendo just seems keen to like not do the whole amiibo thing anymore. They're making them, but they're taking so much longer now for amiibo to come out from the date of announcement. You can tell it's not a priority. Like in the heyday of amiibo, it used to be like, hey, here's an amiibo. It's coming out in like 6 weeks. Now you get an amiibo announced and you forget that it was announced by the time it comes out. You're like, what? It's still okay. Like, how long has it been since Sora came to Smash? And we got the amiibo announced just now. So,
Yeah.
Nintendo has put these way on the back burner. And if you couldn't tell from like the reduced functionality in games, like what even was amiibo support in Tears of the Kingdom? It was just a joke, So, I fully suspect within 2 console generations, amiibo will just be gone. Like they'll just stop altogether. So yeah, I think that between that and the fact that just Nintendo's not going to put like Sora related content in a game without Sora, it's just going to be a thing where you can scan the amiibo, just nothing will happen. Unfortunately, I wish it was better than that.
Yeah, but hey, at the very least, Nintendo lasted the longest in this Toys to Life game.
Yeah, that is true.
By a long shot.
We are so far removed from the days of there would be like 5 amiibo released in one day, and you got to get one at Target, one at Best Buy, one at Toys R Us, one's on Amazon.
Yeah.
Just go all over the place, just get all these. They're just kind of slowly wrapping up with amiibo. I wouldn't be surprised if Sora is just one of the last ones we actually get, and then maybe the successor on Switch might have NFC on it, but after that, probably not too much longer until they kind of phase that out entirely, because people honestly will buy them even without the NFC chip. I remember we mentioned this earlier. They'll just buy them for the fact that they're a figure of their favorite characters, and they're just that appealing in that way. I don't know. I forgot what this does, but I love this little Metroid amiibo right now.
Yeah, right.
Well, I'm over here talking smack, and I ordered Zelda and Ganon during the show.
I still need to get Noah and Mio.
They were like on and off all day. I'm glad I was able to get those as well.
I do want to get Noah and Mio for sure, and of course I'm going to get Sora. I dropped the ball on some of the Smash Ultimate base roster and DLC amiibo for whatever reason. If they ever reissue them, I want to get some of them. But yeah, I only have a few. Like
Kazuya and when Steve came out, that's when I sort of fell off. It's like, all right, Steve, and I just never thought. I miss Sephiroth. I miss Kazuya.
I did get Sephiroth. I got Sephiroth, Terry, and Banjo-Kazooie at least.
I think I might have missed Banjo-Kazooie. I think I have Terry, and I know I have Sephiroth and Kazuya.
Of course, yeah.
I
gotta get Pyra/Mythra too. I gotta find them.
I got Pyra/Mythra at least. I made sure of that.
Nice.
I made sure of that. But yeah, I got all the DLC up until Steve, and then I fell off the wagon.
Yeah.
Yeah. Honestly, amiibo, in whatever game you're imagining, like if it's another Smash, you scan it and then they'll probably give you like some generic in-game currency and a sticker or something.
At best.
Yep.
Yeah.
At best. Yeah.
Because we got that giant Detective Pikachu amiibo for the first Detective Pikachu, and we guarantee we're getting nothing. And I guarantee that Detective Pikachu amiibo does nothing in this new one.
Yeah.
I'm upset there was no Ochi amiibo for Pikmin 4.
I know.
That was a missed opportunity.
Yeah.
It just goes to show they don't want to be doing them.
If this was still the heyday, we could have gotten a Geno amiibo.
Oh man, Geno and Mallow amiibo.
I was gonna say like amiibo in the style of all the squat Mario RPG characters would be perfect.
See, I wouldn't write them off, but I would say that you're gonna get them when you don't want them, if you get them at all. Like they're gonna in next May or June, they're gonna be like, "Hey, remember Mario RPG? How about some amiibos?"
I mean, that's kind of what happened with Deep Cut and their amiibo.
True. Yeah, exactly. I love Splatoon 3. I didn't even get to order those because I'd forgotten. I was like, "Oh crap! Oh well."
We had to order them because Amy's daughter loves Splatoon, so it's like needed to happen. Oh goodness, but. Yeah, I think that about covers it for amiibo.
Yeah, thanks Disney Duncan. Sorry to be so disappointing or such a downer about it, but yeah.
Yeah. Let's go with you, Daniel. What's your topic?
Let's see here. My topic is from Joseph Bayer. Really quick topic. What's a video on your channel that you think deserves more attention? Is it time to chill ourselves?
Yeah,
Is that what
why not?
what the
Let's
hour
chill
is?
ourselves.
Guys, I spent so many hours on the Nintendo logos video. Every section I treated it as its own video. So you have the section with the Pikmin. It started with Pikmin. That's where it began, and then it kind of ballooned into like I could talk about Zelda logos. I could talk about Pokemon and Fire Emblem and Mario, which was a whole mass of logos you could talk about. You have to like cut that down before you go talking for 2 hours.
Yeah.
But yeah, the amount of time I spent on it, I do wish more people watched it because I think this was happening during when we were kind of not uploading very much, and so the algorithm probably was like not recommending our videos a whole lot. So if you haven't seen that, I mean, that's a video that I can say I'm not trying to like put anyone else down, but I'm the only one that could do a video like that, looking into
No,
the
you're totally
graphics
right.
and the logos
Yep.
and that sort of thing. And
Great
so
video,
I think
man.
it offers a unique content on our channel, but you know, that's just how it works sometimes on the good old YouTube algorithm, honestly.
Yep.
Man, I'll give you mine. I was really disappointed a long time ago, it feels now. I made a video on a router that Nintendo made. And I was like, Nintendo and networking technology. That's like Daniel. I'm like, only I could do that. And I thought it was a really cool video. Nobody else did. So, I mean, I'm not saying you have to go watch it, but I definitely was a little deflated when I saw how poorly it did. I was like, man, I bought a router for this.
Oh well, that's sometimes that happens. So
Yeah, you never know what's going to hit. It's funny, like you'll spend weeks or even months planning a video, and it'll just go down the shitter, and then you'll literally put zero effort into a video that just blows up and does crazy numbers.
Yeah.
Trust me, I know how that goes.
Yeah, I think we all have been there before. Derrick, you want to go next or me?
You can go.
So I didn't know we were shilling ourselves. I was going to shill another video that wasn't necessarily one of mine. I mean,
well, if you're a good person,
same
you
team.
can.
Yeah. I mean, but if we're going to shill ourselves,
all of our stuff.
John and I did a really cool underwatched video talking about how Mega Man Powered Up was Mario Maker before Mario Maker, and I don't think a lot of people realize that it was that Mega Man Powered Up did the Mario Maker thing before Mario Maker, before it was even a twinkle in Nintendo's eye. So it's very underwatched. I think you should go check it out. But the one I was gonna shill, and it got so many views, so it doesn't need attention, but it should get more anyway, is John's "I built a machine to pet the dog" video. It is genius. He built a construct in Tears of the Kingdom to do the one thing you can't do in Tears of the Kingdom, which is pet the dog, and it is so smart. So check both those videos out, Mega Man and petting the dog in Tears of the Kingdom.
There you go.
Yeah, I love that video.
It's a really fun one.
When you said you and John, for some reason, my mind went to the one where you tried British chocolate. I was just like, yeah,
Yep, same.
that was fun too. That was a really good one.
Honestly,
that
another
was
one
fun.
for Daniel is what was the rest? The mystery food or the dubious food?
Oh, Brandon,
that was great.
the only video where Brandon and I are together. We were with his wife Michaela. We were making dubious food from the Legends Cookbook. Which, fun fact that the Legends Cookbook did notice that we watched that, and they offered to send me a knife, and it was the most threatening positive message I ever got in a DM. Is like, we featured us on GVG. Do you want a knife? I can get you a knife. I'm just like, okay. I still have it. It's beautiful. The Great Fairy's knife. It's amazing. And if I ever start cooking for real, I will definitely use that.
The way Daniel pointed out frame, I'm like, is that right there? Like, does he just keep a knife on his desk? He's like,
yeah, it's within arm's reach. Do you want to see it? I can show you a knife.
I'll show you a
So
knife.
thanks again to the Legends Cookbook. They made a nice little sticky note that they send. This is like legitimate. Okay, hold on. I don't know where this conversation is going now, but here's a knife. Look at the shine on this thing. So what's
almost a shame
cool
to
is that
use
actually, what's cool is that the way that they temper the way that they temper it, every knife has a different multicolored design. So every knife is actually unique. They don't all look the same. And if you look real close, it does have the rose etching in it, like the Great Fairy Sword.
That is cool.
Oh wow,
So
that is cool.
so
That
very
is
high
awesome.
quality, and it can in fact kill a man. So be careful.
Derrick and I have
Excellent.
both injured ourselves with knives over the course of the
True
tenure on
enough,
this
you have.
channel.
You're not allowed to get those. You're not allowed to get one of those.
You can't get
Yeah.
them.
I'm healing from a new knife wound. I had cut my thumb open
Oh my
last
God.
week.
I definitely had my issues with blades, so I'm keeping it. I've been a lot safer about that lately because I don't want to cut my finger anymore.
Yeah.
So for mine, I actually have. So I could say the typical like wish Zelda retrospective part 2 got more views. It's always be something because it just had the length and work on that. But I'm gonna go much, much, much farther back to when we first started working on this channel. It's not something I worked on specifically for this channel. It just worked out on the timing of it, and unfortunately, I just didn't upload it in the best way, even originally. So there's all that. And I'm sure many of you here have actually seen it, but just to plug it again, just a reminder that it's there. My Metroid movie. My Metroid movie in its complete form is still on this channel. So, you can check that out if you want.
Absolutely.
That
was great.
That was definitely a year of effort. And it's been amazing seeing Dayumi, who the artist on that, continue to excel and spread. And some of the a lot of the actors I got for those small voice roles have gone on to do some incredible things, particularly
You got some celebrities on there.
Yeah, exactly. Particularly Luis Bermudez, who is probably most well known right now as Blanca in Street Fighter 6, but he's constantly getting new roles. Same with Corinne, who played Samus, and she's the voice of, oh god, I'm blanking on his name. Brandon would know it. Momonosuke in the English dub of One Piece. I've not gotten that far in the anime in my read through, but Little Dragon Boy, she's the voice of him in the English dub. So just
nice,
cool stuff there. So yeah, I'll plug that again. Would love to get that, of course, getting more views if possible, all that. But otherwise, as for upcoming stuff, it did well, and I want to get back to it, but this retrospective curved it. I planned to go through all the Dragon Quest games, and I only started with 1, and I was planning to get to 2, and it was like, I'll do it after I finish the Zelda retrospective. I'm not finished with the Zelda retrospective, so I will get the Dragon Quest 2 as soon as I finish that. So, yeah.
Right.
Oh, man.
And yes, Jack, come on, Corinne Sudberg, who, yes, was also in in Team 4-Star projects as Bulma. Their Bulma is the big one for there.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's awesome.
There you go.
Nice.
So I think that's it for that one. I guess all that's left is mine, which will be another relatively quick one. It comes from Colin. What is an outfit /power /play genre you'd like to see in Princess Peach Showtime? After Odyssey's jazzy theme, I'd be down to see a classic Broadway musical level complete with a crooner Peach.
That's a cool idea.
That's a fun idea.
I like that a lot. Yeah.
My first thought, the first thing that came to my mind, I want wrestler Peach. I want luchador Peach. Like, why not? Let's go. Or just Japanese wrestling Peach. Whatever. I think it'd be a lot of fun to see her take the bad guys and suplex them. I mean, she's already stabbing with a sword, cooking them up, and ninja kicking them. So yeah, why not give them, make it, she wrestles them. Luchadora. Thank you, the Alpha Lion.
Just ninja kick the damn rabbit. Sorry, random skinny thought. I love that idea, Derrick. I was actually, so you said ninja kick, and what I already had in my head was I want to see Ninja Peach. I know we already have Monk, but like Ninja's totally different, and like I want to see her doing the ninja run and throw shuriken everywhere and wall clinging and using a Nodachi to like slice random enemies, and I think Ninja Peach would be so cool to see.
See, I had a completely different take on Ninja Peach.
Okay.
I want stealthy Ninja Peach. Like, I don't want her actually fighting. I want her to use, like, shadows and hide and sneak past things.
Why not both?
Like, use transformation jutsu.
Sneak
like,
up
turn
behind
it,
a guy and
similar
slit his throat.
Slit his throat. Slit a sour grape's throat. I like that idea, too. I can see her doing such cool ninja combat things as well. But I like that, too.
Yeah.
I figure with Sword Fighter Peach, I already got my hit for like her just slaughtering people. So I'm like, you know what, give me something, give me a different gameplay twist. Give me that she's not just taking enemies out. She's getting past enemies without, you know, like as a pacifist in a way, like, you know, bamboozling them, distracting them, and then sneaking past them to get through a level. I would like that. I like a good stealth segment.
There you go.
I don't think I've heard very many people say that. Stealth segments usually break up the flow of the game for me.
Sometimes.
I guess it depends
Unless
how
they're
you
a
handle it.
stealth-based game, of course.
Yeah, man, it's already kind of there because you have Detective Peach, but I would have liked it if you had like a film noir setting instead, just black and white, and they kind of just really
cool.
you kind of just really lean in more to the whole detective aspect from like a classic film setting. But they're doing it their own way. She's basically Watson over here, so I don't know if they're gonna how they're gonna do that otherwise. But oh gosh, I can't think of any other ones honestly. Now that you guys have,
I saw
on
a
those
really
ones.
good one from Mito, Tokusatsu Peach.
Oh,
So like Power Ranger Peach, or
Oh, that would be
Go
good.
Kamen
Yeah.
Rider or whatever with it. Yeah, why not? Henshin a Go-Go,
Peach.
baby.
Oh man,
Oh, it'd be
Bolt Mouse
cool
X
if-
Devil Trigger Peach.
Be cool if there was like a way to make it so that it looked like a comic book setting instead. That'd be really cool.
Oh,
That would be cool.
God.
Oh God.
Not sure.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Daniel.
Wait, what was it? Go ahead. It's
Oh,
fine.
Bolt Mouse's X's other suggestion. This is perfect. Sailor Peach, magical girl Peach.
No,
would
we.
be
I was saying that
awesome.
during direct. We need a magical girl
Yeah.
Peach.
Yeah, that would
I
be
mean,
sick.
she's already doing the whole motion and transformation. She just kind of has
Yeah.
to do it. Maybe that'll be one of her last ones. Who knows?
That'd be awesome. There's one of the costumes in Ape Escape 3, so make it happen.
Yeah.
But yeah. I think that's. I'm listening. I
That's
mean, I've
everything,
seen
right?
all kinds of ideas in live audience and
So many good ones.
chat. Like there's so
so
many different
many.
ways we could go take this. So
Super Fighting Peach. There you go.
Super Fighting.
That's what I
Peach,
should have
there
said.
we
Yeah.
Artists are gonna have a
Super
field
Fighting
day with all these
Peachbot.
costumes when they come out.
go. Oh yeah.
Yeah. I can't wait.
Totally. So many costumes gonna get drawn. But yeah, that is it for our patron topics this week. Thank you so much to all of our patrons. It really does mean a lot, and always have
you.
some fun ones in here. So yeah, before we end off though, we got some more super chats to talk about. First up is Kaiden the Fighter with $2 saying Goofy from Mickey Mouse versus Patrick from SpongeBob. I've seen Patrick fight. Like he's in a boxing ring and looking pretty beefy. So I'm gonna go with Patrick.
I mean, I've seen Goofy fight too in Kingdom Hearts. I got to go with Goofy.
That's true.
Yeah, I got to.
Yeah, if you count Kingdom Hearts, Goofy
Yeah,
takes it.
That is true.
Yeah.
I forgot about Kingdom
Yeah.
Hearts.
Goofy's the king's shield after all.
How dare you forget about Kingdom Hearts, Derrick? How dare you?
Yeah. Disney Duncan with $2 saying, a few super chats. $5 saying that was no downer. Us talking about their patron topic and saying that thanks for all the work at GVG. Really appreciate it. And then telling
you.
Ash,
Thank you.
did you need to get your Sora amiibo to level 99?
I'm just going to tell you right now, I'm not. It's not going to happen. I'm going to proudly display Sora, but the whole figure fighter thing didn't do much for me.
No,
in
I
Smash.
didn't. It didn't for me. It was fun like
You're
at
part
the
of the
beginning
problem,
we could train
Ash.
one and send it out. But
Yeah.
Then they have two more $2 super chats saying Spider Peach, and then asking if Zelda can get her own spinoff, please.
Yeah, she should.
Oh, I'd
it's about
love
time.
that. Yeah,
Yeah,
it is
that'd be
past
wonderful.
time
It
for
is.
that. Yeah, that isn't Zelda's Adventure, the CDI thing.
Yeah.
Something new.
And then finally, Kaiden the Fighter, once again with $2. Thank you so much. Saying, how about Hula Peach or Witch Peach? Witch Peach I could see happening. That'd be cool.
That'd be cool.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
Magician Peach. Yeah, I
Magician,
like that.
yeah, something like that. So, yeah.
Well-
That'll about cover it, though, for our episode tonight. Thank you all so much for being here. Really do appreciate it. But, of course, we got to give an extra special thank you to all of our patrons. As without the show, as without your support, it just wouldn't happen, especially those at the producer tier. Thank you for your questions. Thank you for just all the support and helping to make this channel continue to grow and thrive. It really does mean a lot, and it's
Thank
felt
you.
really good to have just this consistency once again, and just seeing everybody enjoy the work we put in. So thank you all so much. But of course, an extra special thank you to all of our executive producers, which include Brandon Bovia, Cutie Caitlin, Fangs, Z Patty, Just Brian, Sky Blue Flames, Eastman 23, Adam O'Sullivan, Richard Herrera, Logan Daniel, The D-Pad, Blake, Joy Content, Angel Martinez, Vedron, Joshua Hunter, Benny Yao, Azran127, Black King, Joseph Rutkin, Titus Malvolio, Geeky Griffin, Lucky Wonderfish, Wataniac, Top Dog 23100, Young Ben Kenobi, Andrew Medeiros, Darchi, Becca, Killamox, Michael McCall, Matthew Wong, Goron Amber CPHT, Too Much Spaghetti, Bane 400, Ascaron 809, Rye Royal, Rioner, Rain and Clouds, The Game Orb, Super Gamer Dude 101, Grantles, Ravelox, Rosa Pardo Bowling.
Hi, Mom.
Skull Kid Tiger, Darksteel 01, Jason Uloa, Jaden Buck, Cystic Warrior 29, DJ Jurassic, Derrick, Colin, Blaystar 25, Mumbling Yeti, Cameron Sharp, Keel, Brendan Hesse, Hustlebun, Noah Fitterer, Calvin Atkinson, the entire state of Wisconsin, Jim Wakelin, Longboy Shiggy, Aramis Baramis, Dylan, Kyle the Monarch, Dan Alpha Lion, Lord Metarex, Blaze Collard, Eric, Cat EV Person 5, Peyton Thiel, Mega Beatman True Blue Reviews, Young Ant, Ryan Hanley, The Game Jamie, and Alex. Thank you all so much for all that continued support. Really does mean a lot as we continue to say. And yeah, we're going to be heading out now, heading over to the post show. So thank you so much for that continued support. We'll see you next week for the GVGcast, unless we get any more random ass reactions to do to.
Well, some TGS streams coming up.
That is true. TGS is coming up. So who knows? We might have some stuff coming up. So we'll be there. So thank you so much for joining us. We'll see you soon. And if you can make it to my personal stream, I'd really appreciate it. No pressure though, but thank you. Love you all. And till next time. Bye.
Good night and
Bye,
good
everyone.
vibes.
Till we meet again.